Welcome to Quips and Crits, another 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. In today's show, you will hear variant rules such as honor and madness checks, playable NPCs, proficiency dice, and brutal critical fails. Our talented cast of players are Sarah playing Tribute to the Tiefling Paladin.
I don't know what color Tribute Blush is because she's already pink. That was definitely happening when she left Saywood's office.
Katie playing Talos, the half-orc cleric.
Talos is actually kind of afraid of ghosts. Thank God he's a cleric and can turn undead.
Ransford playing Breeze, the Tabaxi Bard.
You went for a swim?
Yes.
How'd it go?
That's not the party.
I'm sorry.
Alex playing Nikos, the Eladrin Warlock.
Brace myself a bit, and I just lean over and I just let it go out. It's just like, ugh! I'm gonna have to do that again sometime.
Emily playing Cass, the half-elf fighter.
Well, since I have heroism, I feel like I'm not really thinking about beating a child.
And Courtney playing Adela, the Water Genasi Druid.
Don't quite care, I guess. I'm Adela.
I'm Dan the DM.
That was just straight rum. I mean, I enjoy it, but I was not prepared for that to just be a mouthful of rum.
Let's get back to the game. No one is taken by any strange dreams.
Thank God.
No more than you have been granted by the events of the day. Of 7 days, 1 has passed.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. We got another 6 days to go.
I don't like how you said that.
The morning comes. You sleep in a bit later. We're probably about 10 o'clock by the time everyone rolls around. Listella's up. He's in the small kitchenette. He's cooking. He's old. He naturally needs less time to sleep. There's not much supplies, but he's made the best breakfast he can.
Breeze and Talos should roll to see if we're hungover.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Because it's fun.
Here's the thing. You rolled really, really well on your check.
Okay. So
and you're well accustomed to drinking.
True.
Talos is not. He's 14.
Yep. I did roll a 19 on my cons.
You did roll. Okay, you woke up. Why don't I do this all the time? I feel great.
So it's just kind of like, I know that could happen. Maybe it's because I'm orc that didn't happen to me. Maybe I just hold my liquor better. Like, trying to rationalize it.
Everyone wakes up. The stall's cooked. You're all treated to a small meal. There's a dining table that can be set up with chairs that everyone can sit around. While you're being served, when Lestelle comes to drop off a plate for you, Cass, he hands you a note, and he says, this was delivered this morning. Didn't open it. It's addressed to you.
Okay. Open it.
It says, come to the lower garden around noon.
The garden.
Okay.
JK.
Just kidding. Don't do it.
Okay. My breakfast now.
Do Nikos and Adela want to catch them up on your small adventure?
So the first thing Nico says when he gets to the table is he's just going to look straight at Kaz and be like, your brother snores.
I know. I'm sorry.
End of announcement.
Mouthful of bread, he nods. He nods, acknowledging. Yes, I do.
I'm glad that his love of bread is universal.
Would Breeze have a pair of extra pants in his bag?
There's assumedly some additional clothing that you carry with you.
So Breeze comes out in a pair of pants and basically what amounts to a t-shirt.
Okay.
See, I don't know how we're working hygiene, but I'm gonna make sure to wear different underwear since everyone saw them.
We have a bathhouse at this place.
The only people who have bathed, and it is relevant, are going to be Cass and Tribute.
Yep. Oh yeah, we smell
I've been
nice.
cleaning myself.
I am
Which means you smell terrible.
You smell like cat's breath.
I am self-cleaning. I am water.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's got the
Stinky ones.
He's got that nice cat smell.
Okay. Next order of business, Breeze and Talos find a bathhouse.
There's one in this hotel.
This is slowly turning into like a harem anime.
Shitty rom-com.
I'm not even trying. That's the hardest part. Is I was just like, oh, okay, I'll take a bath. He cleans himself. No, I guess we're going together. All right.
Oh shit, I'm late to get the fuck out of the scenario.
So we'll just download the information, do you hold any information back? Do you want to hold any information back?
No. I'd make sure to tell Cass that you're very annoying as a raven.
What?
I mean, we're telling you the whole
Yeah.
story, basically, but yeah.
Well, Raven was saying
Thank you in your voice, very annoyingly.
that's
Never be polite again. No. Long story.
that's interesting. Okay.
Talos, roll me a religion check as you hear of the location, Eldith's Rest.
All right.
5.
Okay, thank you. Ooh,
Are you proficient
This is-
in that?
Nope.
You didn't.
this is
Your
reasonable. And
cleric
that you
is
would,
not proficient. Okay.
this is reasonable. You should have advantage.
Okay.
Not proficient in religion either.
4.
Excellent.
I'm a medicine cleric. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, my religion was staring at the moon on a ship, so I never was like part of a clergy or anything like that. That's why I don't have proficiency in religion.
All right.
I was like, I like that moon. I'm gonna worship it.
The three who encountered the lizard folk, do you want to download all that information?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you talk about the Jade Knight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to share about the letter?
Sure.
Okay. Do you tell everybody about your knight tribute?
Nah.
So you just did nothing?
Unless somebody asks me specifically.
I mean, we all knew
We asked you.
we all knew Trevor was going to play.
Everyone's saying what we did. We asked how the play was, how'd it go. Did you go with anyone?
It was alright. Why would you ask if I went with anybody?
Because Breeze is a nosy motherfucker.
Well, Cass was at a dress, so we would assume that you were gonna go with her.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you guys, oh yeah, it's true.
So you got split up. So did you meet anyone else there? Do you?
The shame game comes back.
So with that line of questioning, tribute is buttoned up. Alistel pipes up and he says, I believe we ought to be paid today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, Cass, when you paid for the room, did they house our cart?
No, they didn't.
I was actually going to go and ask them this morning about that. If they had someplace to keep it.
Well,
Probably in cart impound.
It's got a boot on it.
a tow truck around the front of the donkey. Then perhaps it would be worth finding that and bringing it back. I believe there was a very valued item on the back of it, looking pointedly at Adela.
Yes. That's why I was going to go see about that today.
Gotta go see a man about a cannon.
Valued.
I assumed that Talos and Breeze would take it to bring back after they were done getting his hand fixed.
Oops.
Yeah, it kind of slipped my mind.
Seemed like a lot of things slipped yesterday.
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound nice.
I guess I should see the guy about the unicorn here.
Yes. Would you like for me to pick you up more traveling clothes?
Yes, please.
Not a problem.
You don't have any, like, gold to give him for that, do you?
I got something he might be interested in.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, if you need money, I would give it.
Don't mind doing that for you, but if you had something interesting, I would like to know about it.
I'm just going to sort of take the silvery hair out of my pocket. He has a bow with a unicorn hair. I have a unicorn hair.
I don't know much of bows, but I imagine they're made with more than one.
Look, I'm not sure I could get like the whole price for this thing, but he said he was going to part with his most treasured possession. I've got here something that he might find interesting. Because I don't know if this is going to work well with my magic.
Any bargaining tool is a good one. I would be happy to go with you if you'd like, while I do my shopping rounds.
All right, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. What are the rest of you doing today?
I'm going to go collect our money.
I've got a meeting.
Yes. Perhaps you should take someone with you.
Take Thane with me. Unless you want to come too.
My cat.
It's like everybody just simultaneously looks.
And Breeze is like, oh, and he goes over. That's it. He pets him, like, rubs his face on it. Oh, it's so cute!
Why is your cat red?
Doesn't matter, he's cute!
Actually, I would like to
do it.
Don't know. I've never tried.
Maybe you're the cat whisperer.
Just go.
I doubt it, but I will try. Should I roll for this?
Do you what do you say to the cat?
So, how you doing?
The cat nods in respect.
roll an animal handling.
Nah, dog.
A critical.
A crit fail?
Yeah.
All right.
If anything, I think Talos is the cat whisperer. No, okay.
I can communicate telepathically with my cat.
It's not aquatic. Doesn't like me.
You receive a message from the cat in your own voice.
That's creepy.
Tell this buffoon to leave me alone, or I will scratch his eye out.
Maybe you shouldn't say whatever you just said to him again.
This buffoon.
He doesn't like me.
He might warm up to you eventually.
Let's say no. Cat.
Why is your cat red?
I don't know. He just summoned that way.
Cats don't usually look like that. That's why I inquire.
He's not a normal cat.
I've figured since he appeared
Considering
out of
he
the
hasn't
blue.
been around this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect the way he is.
Not entirely sure of that,
Yes.
but you know what? It's your cat.
So, because I'm suspicious about the nature of Cass's magical powers, because of the nature of this weird cursed belt, I'm gonna throw a divine sense. The fuck her familiar is. I don't have to roll anything. Is it celestial or fiend? Because familiars are. Celestial, fey, or fiend.
This one registers as fey.
I just had to make sure you didn't have some kind of fucking demon cat, or we would have had to have some words.
That was my concern, yes.
Your fey cat's fine.
It's all well and good if you want to bring him with you, but do you want someone who can wield a sword, maybe? What do you mean?
You're going to meet a strange man in the middle of the city, and you just got into a fight last night. Do you want backup?
Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to have backup. But like I don't think he's dangerous. Just really weird.
Breeze
Those two things go hand in
obliviously
hand.
would mention how he jumped. What was it, like 15 feet straight up?
30 feet straight
30
up.
feet straight up to escape.
You have a bad date history.
I do.
Is it a date?
I don't think it's a date.
I don't know. He looked at you in a way.
He had a mask on. How could you?
I could see his eyes.
I mean, they're meeting in a public place. I think they'll be okay.
Probably.
I just want you to know. No means no. And if you need help, you should bring tribute.
I'm gonna grab Talos' hand as she says and say yes means yes, and let's go take a bath.
That is devastatingly honest. Yeah, take tribute.
Come with me. I don't think I have really great luck this past few days, so backup wouldn't hurt.
So tribute, you will be accompanying Cass
For her own safety.
for her own safety.
She seems so like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'm like, no, you're
This
not,
is-
sweetie.
This is largely what you're going to do for a chunk of the afternoon. As we've slept away the morning, Breeze insists that Talos and Breeze have a bath.
Okay. And then after that, I want to go get the money, since everyone's kind of waiting on it.
Okay, then you'll go get the money. Adela, what would you like to do with your afternoon?
Going to the front desk first to go and ask them if they have some place to keep a cart.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go get the cart.
Okay.
If there's some place to keep it.
That's a small thing that can be done fairly quickly.
Yeah.
You would be...
Well, then I've got to go get the cart.
Right. But even retrieving the cart would be just a small thing. Is there anything else you want to do? It's kind of a large afternoon where you can do a lot of things. You want to go back to the library, try that again? There's no way you'd go into the Shadowfell twice. So
I go do my errands
So in
first.
reverse order, it is going to be Talos Breed's bathhouse, Adela front desk, home office, bath. Just kind of passing the two of you as you go. Nikos, what would you like to do with your day?
Like I said, I was going to come back tomorrow and talk to that guy.
Okay, you're going to go to the market and talk to him about...
Unicorn hairs and buying a fiddle.
Is this something you want to do before or after you get your money from the job?
After I get my money.
Okay. So there's going to be like a half of the afternoon where...
You're waiting on them to get
back.
back.
Yeah, well, you're going to wait on them to get back if you want to go out and do anything else. Lestel he's going out to run shopping errands if you want to go with him.
Yeah, I'll go shopping. Sure.
Okay.
I feel like you and Lestel would get along.
Yes, I think so too.
Let's start with Adela. As everyone kind of dresses, armors up, begin to disperse. You all get to the lobby and split off. Adela, there is a young man. He is dressed fully as a bee. And he is reading a book.
Is there a bell?
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Ding.
He looks up from his book and he makes eye contact, though he does not greet you.
Well, alright. Is there someplace I can house a cart?
Yes. We will make room in one of our spacious catacombs. What beast of burden do you have?
We have a donkey.
We will see that your donkey is fed only the ripest of flowers.
Oh. Okay.
Anything else you want?
No, just I'm gonna go retrieve my cart then. Where are the catacombs?
If you leave your donkey outside, one of the valets will take them for you. If you wish to stay for the rest of your time, which is 6 days, it is going to cost you 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
Have a beautiful day. As you go walking out, you see that Sailor has just come down the hall. And there's a moment where she looks over at you, and you see her. You can see that her eyes have changed from the white and orange to black and red.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm just gonna continue walking away.
Walking faster.
Yeah. Yeah, just maybe a little fast walking there, but just continue walking away.
Okay. As you go out into town, you are the first to notice that the day's not quite as nice. It's a bit cloudier overhead, and there's kind of a chill wind blowing through. As you walk out of the hotel and more to that center reef of town where that great tower in the middle is, you, like everyone else, would notice that banners, streamers, ribbons are beginning to be put up along buildings. The theater and other such shops as Rollin' and Dough and the sister company, Rollin' and Meat. They are putting forward great bread baskets baked into these wonderful shapes and sizes to kind of illustrate their celebrating of the Midsummer Festival coming up. A lot of people are walking around, but there's just a noticeable nervous murmur. And for everyone who goes outside, this will be something you notice. As you make your way, do you want to stop and talk to anybody? Do you want to just make your way straight to...
oh no, I'm
clerk's
focusing on my cannon. I'm going just straight there.
Okay. You arrive at the clerk's office, and as you walk in, you see that there's the same elderly elven woman. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, I've come to retrieve my cannon. And my cart.
Your cannon and your cart, when did you drop this off?
I was here yesterday.
Do you have your receipt?
That would actually Talos would have all that with me.
Yes.
No, my associate has it, and he'll be coming by soon to pick up our money that's owed.
Well, you are welcome to sit in the waiting area, but not for too long. I will tack on the fee to your friend's bill if you wish to wait.
No. Oh no, I'll go find him.
Excellent. We'll be here.
Always a bee. Walk out. Or wait outside.
Breeze and Talos,
Yes.
do we want to chalk up bathroom shenanigans?
Just bathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Bathe.
nothing crazy. Just bathe and talk
Okay.
a little bit.
Because he's entirely fur, is there a way to make sure he's dry before we go outside? Because I don't know if it's windy outside. I don't want him to get sick.
Aww. Bruce spends the whole bath purring.
Like he purrs while he talks.
There are
Like
people just
it's not
waving
something he
fake fans.
controls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just involuntary. He's been purring for the last 6 hours.
His top coat is dry, but if you were to really get in there, you'd still feel a little bit of moisture left on the bottom coat.
But it's not enough to get him sick, right?
No, that's what the bottom coat is for.
Cool.
And you find yourself outside. You see the area as it is described. Roll me a nature check with advantage, Talos.
Alright. That's 18.
As you walk outside, you look up to the sky and you see that gray clouds. There's really not much sun pushing through. There's a deep feeling in you that there is a storm. You don't think it's today, but you think there's a storm coming.
Okay. They would make the waves chappy, so I'd probably know, yeah.
Yeah. The two of you head over to the Jade Council.
Right.
Which, yes?
While we're walking, I want to flex my hand and see if there's any improvement since yesterday.
You do have a little bit more movement. Your range is a little bit better, but it's still stiff and it still hurts a little bit.
Okay,
more.
so I'll be basically periodically doing that, trying to get a range of motion throughout the day.
As you're making your way over to the council, you see that Adela is kind of loitering around outside. People are kind of walking around her. She kind of beckons out to perhaps a woman, and she just kind of scurries away quickly with whatever she's holding.
Her children close.
And you just see me shrug my shoulders after each one leaves.
We'll just people watch for a minute.
I'm going to address Stella. Say, did you retrieve the cart?
No, they needed the receipt, all the paperwork that you have.
Oh, okay.
Before we can have our cart.
All right. No worries. I'm gonna head inside.
All right. As you head inside, you see the familiar old elven woman sitting at her desk. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to pick up payment as well as retrieve a cart, and I'm going to offer the receipt.
Excellent. She signed some papers on, signed some lines on it. She dates it as, I believe, the 28th of Flame Rule. And she turns them back around for you to sign a little bit more.
Okay. I will do so.
And she says, there's a matter of a cart that you left.
Yes.
There is going to be a 2 gold overnight fee.
No worries. I'll literally hand her the 4 gold. I don't care. Doesn't need to be taken out of everyone else's share.
She insisted come out of the share.
Okay.
It's better for paperwork.
It's easier. She doesn't have a drawer.
Your cart will be brought back around. Your meal has been fed. Reaches underneath her desk and she pulls out a large bag that is tied, sack bag, and she says, I believe it is 646 gold pieces after all is said and done.
All right. So much.
Very welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you.
Take that gold, and I'm going to try to meet everyone back at the hotel room so we can divvy it up.
Okay. As you go walking out, Adela, you see that the cart is brought around, and you see your cannon on the back looks dirty.
Like slow blink.
And as it finishes its turnaround, you see that it has been unloaded. 2 cannonballs sit beside it. Back to the hotel room.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Cass, in tribute, you have to find the lower garden.
I don't think I've been anywhere near that part of town yet.
You have not been in the lower reef yet.
I'm just gonna follow Cass.
Cass?
I don't think I've ever been in the lower reef either.
No, that's where all of the fighting transpired, and where you found Cass playing.
Can I ask someone where the lower garden is? Cause
Sure. Roll a charisma.
oh,
Persuasion if you have it.
I was gonna say I'll help, but I don't think I'll help much considering how much this town likes teens.
No.
3.
Oh.
When you ask about the lower garden, people have no idea what you're talking about.
I guess I'll just try to look for something that looks like a garden.
Okay. You do know the area, kind of ran past a couple bars. You did find yourself near the docks. It's about 10:30. You still have about an hour and a half before you need to make your meeting.
There's a bookstore down here.
Maybe.
Probably not a nice one. This is probably like a trashy one. That'll do.
While you are walking around, you do happen past a small installed store. There is no window, but there are small vent windows at the top. There is a surprisingly heavy-looking iron wrought door.
Red light bulb above the door.
Red light bulb above the door. And as we've been doing the naming convention, let's name this place. That is 1, I am 7, 8 is a reroll. That is me. Okay. Let's call this everyone's favorite name. Let's start this. It's the Moist.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
What kind of store is it? Do we know?
This is going to be a bookstore. Wink, wink.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, okay. It's not.
Oh, God. Oh, great. Okay, the moist...
We're on an island.
Hmm.
A lot of fish.
I was gonna say pages.
No, he put it in my head. I can't not say it. The moist squid.
Yes!
The moist squid.
Panties?
Good job.
Okay.
I was gonna say the moist clam.
Oh, wow. That one was better. That was better.
I was gonna say the moist palm, but that's why I got.
Gross.
What's that?
Hers was gross.
All I could think of was rot.
Moist rat.
As you approach the moist squid, seemingly as you just kind of offhandedly mention it, you look over and there's one right there. The sign itself is of a squid of the pointed top. Pointed head and the tendrils coming off, but he has the gruff look of a sailor, of two eyes, one is closed, the scar coming down it. He has a little sailor hat sitting on the top of his squid head, and as his tentacles reach out, he has them wrapped around a depiction of two women.
Oh,
I seen
no,
it.
I made it. I made it. Dan made it worse.
Yes,
I put it in.
Where is squid has that shape, anyways?
Seeing the very nature of the shop, Cass, I imagine this isn't exactly an establishment that, in any form, you have previously visited.
Nope.
Whether it is one. Now, it's the type of establishment Tribute has visited in the past.
I mean, probably not too often.
We'll find out. So, the heavy door is easily pushed. You hear the jingle of a bell. And on the inside, you see that there is a human man. He's fairly old. He's wearing what looks like old sailor clothes. And he has a little hat on, and he himself has a scar over the same eye as the squid on the sign.
That makes it creepier.
Yes.
That's his persona.
Oh, God. Oh, why'd you do that?
As you come in, he says, welcome, ladies. Welcome.
Oh, great!
What
It's one of those adult shops.
what can I help you find?
I have two questions. The first one, do you know where the lower garden is? And the second one is, do you have any other books by B.L. Fraslon? Besides Burning Passion, I've read that one already.
B.L. Fraslon, is a relatively new author. I have a ton of these books he's got it now. But I do believe he has written something a bit older. The name's familiar. I might have to dig that book out. Give me a little bit of time and I'll see what I can find. Come back later this afternoon. Maybe sometime in the evening. We get busy around this time.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, never heard of the Lower Garden.
Any garden around here?
You could roll an insight check.
That's actually a 19.
Okay. He answered that way too quick. You felt like that was a prepared answer. So, as Tribute's having this exchange, Cass,
Yeah.
it's a fairly large store. Got a little hole in the ground. You could probably work your way down a few aisles.
Okay.
Is she getting up to anything? Is she looking for anything?
Like if there's any I don't know, interesting cover, she might look at it. But
What's interesting to Cass?
oh no.
Perhaps as you're walking through these, walking past these bookshelves, you see quite a few things. Most all of it is written in Common, though there's a good portion of it written in Elven. If she might purchase a book, then you're welcome to find it, name it, and hide it if you wish. But there's really nothing that seems to jump out at you.
Okay.
So bad at pressing people for information. Are you certain there's no lower garden? We were supposed to meet someone there.
You got a fake letter. Same thing.
It's troublesome. Maybe if I put a little down towards my purchase this evening, would it help jog your memory? And I will put a gold piece.
Roll a persuasion.
Ooh, I'm proficient in that. I had to look for a second, I forgot. Oh, dang. 15.
Well, that would help to secure the book. I think so. I think that might jog something loose. If there were to be a garden, I would imagine probably be kept secret.
Why is that?
Well, if this theoretical garden was around, there might be zoning issues that would come in with having a garden in the middle of the city. Perhaps the Jade Reef, Jade Council would want to know. And perhaps an area where people don't have a lot of food and a lot of money might, in theory, want to keep that a secret.
Certainly, that makes a lot of sense. Though, to be quite honest, it's not like someone looking like me would be reporting to the Jade Council if I were to find such a garden anyway.
With that point, there is a moment of realization.
He's talking to a tiefling in the world's most racist city.
Yeah, it's very true. This large block next to us here. Head down the alley. Take the curve to the right. You'll find that there is a small homestead, boarded up still. No one lives there, but rather obese half-orc. He sits down in a massive pile, very off-putting, scary individual. But you should know him to be fairly nice. He goes by Grishnak. If you offer Grishnak a snack, he may show you where this garden, hypothetical garden, may be.
Many thanks.
I shall see you this evening.
Certainly be back.
Cass, you kind of come up the next aisle.
I'm gonna buy a book.
Okay. Do you want to wait for, like, Tribute to walk out, then buy it?
I've seen Tribute read. What
there's no judgment here.
Fair. All right. Fair enough. What is the title of the book you've bought?
The Fogs of Valen.
Fogs of Valen.
Does it have an illustrated cover?
The illustrated cover is of two people, of the silhouette of two people embracing.
You know, some mist at the bottom.
Yeah, they're covered by mist. It's just the silhouette of them embracing. It'll cost you a silver piece.
Cool, I have that.
Now you need a snack first.
Now we have to procure a snack.
Now, for those who have headed back, which is going to be Listel, Nikos, Talos, Breeze, and Della. Kaz is nowhere to be found, so he is out.
Okay.
You arrive back, and you can at least divvy up the money to those who are here.
Yes. There are 8 of us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I divide 646 by 8, it's 875. Or 80.75, should say.
80 gold pieces, 5 silver.
Okay.
And Adela, you plan to go bathe.
Yes.
As you approach the women's area, you see that there's a dwarven woman who goes, women only.
I am a woman.
She just kind of looks and just points to your chest and says, no.
I am a woman.
You realize you're a man.
I am not.
She's,
I am Adela. I'm a woman.
and she moves aside. When you walk in, there's less women in there, maybe 5 or 6. But there's one, she has moved to the side, and she has what can only be described as resting bitch face. So,
I mean, I have resting bored face, though.
Yeah. So, you're able to bathe. If you wish to engage with anyone, you can. If not, then we can just wrap it up to bathroom shenanigans.
No, I'm just enjoying the fresh water.
Nikos and Listel. You head over to the market area. You find the old man. And he seems to be patiently tapping his fingers on the counter. And when he sees you, he waves. He says, "Young man, you are interested in buying the bow."
I was, yes.
It was 500 gold pieces.
Yes. Now, I do have to ask. May I see it?
That's dangerous. It's my retirement. It's what I will live off of for the rest of my life. If I were to just bring it out, there would be a chance someone would grab it and I would lose everything.
Oh, believe me, I know, but I need to be able to compare, you see. And then I just kind of just very gently take this long silver hair out of my pocket and I say, I have come into possession of shall we say, something very similar?
I don't get what you're getting at.
I'm not sure how much you are aware of the differences in the different planes, but
Not very.
let's just say unicorns cast a shadow, and this is a piece of that shadow. And I just want us to be able to see what kind of hair is on the bow.
Oh, if that is the case, then it is a silver bowstring. I had it appraised by a few traveling wizards, and they identified that it was in fact unicorn hair.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I already have what I need, and I put it back in.
I would drop. Please, no. I'll drop the price of 400 gold. I would be happy to part with it.
Look, I know when I know when somebody is trying to pull a fast one. I don't know if you have really taken a look at me. I'm not from around here, and when I say that, I don't even mean this island. I don't mean Kratica. I, if you want to know, am a figure out of your legends. You may not believe that, but I've met a unicorn, and I know when somebody is trying to pull my leg, and I turn around.
Roll a performance check.
All right.
That went a completely different way than I thought it was going to. I thought you were going to be like, do I look like I have 400 gold?
No.
That's maybe implied.
All right. 19.
19. As you turn away, he just kind of reaches out and grabs your shoulder, and he says, I'll show you the bow. You have magic, I'm sure. You can see for yourself that it's genuine unicorn. I thought it was weird too. Gold and shining and all that, but every wizard I've had appraised, they say it's a unicorn. I just
right.
wait here. Wait.
Right.
And he scrambles back into the back of his cart. And a few minutes later, he's carrying obviously something long about the length of a bow with a sheet underneath, and he places it down, and he kind of looks over and kind of back and forth, and Listel just kind of tucks behind a tree, and he pulls it back, and it is the wood of this itself is gray, and he assures you it's still certainly strong.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a nice, sharp, laid even bow of glistening silver hair.
Glistening silver hair. I'm just going to look at that silver hair, and I'm just going to take the silver hair in my pocket. I'm gonna hold them next to each other, and I assume, looking through my elder sight, I can tell
They are the same.
they are the same. And then I
To the length of they are from a dark unicorn.
they're from a dark unicorn, and I put this back and I say, my friend, you are 100% correct. This is genuine unicorn hair. It's just not from any unicorn from the Feywild. And unfortunately, and I do mean this with the deepest respect, you are not able to provide anything else that I do not already have.
He looks disheartened.
I am sorry. It is a beautiful object. I am sure it makes beautiful music. I will take the fiddle and a regular bow. I'm gonna talk to Listel. Actually, I'm gonna say, I don't know how this hair could affect my magic, and I'm afraid that it could pull the shadow film with it. So I'm gonna try casting something very small and simple. And if anything goes wrong, I'm back to square one.
Sounds like a good test. Perhaps we should take it elsewhere. We don't know how they're going to react to spell casting in this area.
No.
Especially with me around.
Yeah, exactly. No, sorry.
Understand. And he'll lead you towards the middle reef.
Alright.
Cast and tribute. Walking around, it's not terribly difficult for you to find something. There's a few street vendors in which they're selling a lot of meats on a stick. You're able to acquire one for a few copper pieces. And you head down to the... this looked like it was some sort of storefront, but it suffered a great fire, and no one had bothered to restore it yet. And as you look inside, you see that there is a kind of greenish-yellow half-orc. You see him, he's just kind of laying on a pile of rubble. You see that around him, there appear to be rat carcasses with heavy bites taken out of them. When you come walking in, he looks to the two of you and he says, more substantial meals. I've been getting hungry.
We're not meals.
Says you. Pretty thing like you must be tender.
He called you a snack.
Maybe you'll accept this instead.
He looks down and he says, are you presenting me Rishnak? A snack?
Indeed we are. I couldn't find anything that rhymed with snack, so to reply to that, or I would have.
He narrows his eyes and he reaches these fat, blood-covered fingers. And he quickly takes it from you. And he kind of looks you both over and he says, behind my dead pile of rats, there's a curtain. Go behind the curtain, there's a door. He kind of nods to you guys. And
behind the door, there's a window.
That's what I expected.
There's another curtain.
He scoops up like a handful of dead rats. And he kind of walks out to the front, and he just starts yelling Orcish, and he throws a handful of dead rats at people.
Aren't you glad Talos isn't like that, though?
As you go behind this pile, this curtain, you pull it aside, and you see that there is a darkened and burned door, but with a healthy lock and handle on it. Well obscured by the height of these buildings. When you walk in from this dark, black, dingy area, there is a green utopia of vines with beautiful flowers growing up the sides. In the center, you see that there looks to be a harvest of wheat. And along the side, there's small harvests of fruits. And there's a small bench there. And Cass, as you walk in, you see the familiar look of this figure from the night previous. The heavy blackish brown coat and the jade green mask. He stands up, he greets you, and he says, Cass, right?
Yeah.
You have brought someone.
Yeah, she's my friend. She usually backs me up.
Just, sup, I'm not here to contribute, but I'm here to kick your ass if it goes wrong.
Well, better armored? It's good.
Yeah, this is how I usually am.
Well, that's good. I was hoping I might get your help. You and your friends looked like you were doing good against the lizard guys.
Yeah, we fought many things before. We have a bigger group of people too.
Good. I fought a lot of big stuff.
Clearly.
Insight check. Oh, never mind.
What was it?
Listen, unless he rolled below a 5.
I'm looking at a 3 right here. I don't know if
Do I need to mark up a crit fail for you?
No, it's a 3. It's a 2.
Oh, my shitty insight prevails.
Yeah.
There is a sense. You are given a sense of insecurity,
of doubt,
of insecurity. Of he's inflating himself to the best of his ability. He's still in the closed jacket, hunched over, so you can kind of only see the jade mask that kind of points up now into kind of to two sharp towers that come over his eyes.
Just gonna pocket that insight for later.
He says, "Not that you would have read on the job board, which I'm sure you've been to." But,
yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Now he incites. But that kidnapping last night isn't uncommon. A lot of people have been going missing the past couple weeks, and I've been trying to do something about it.
Is it always the lizard people?
I don't know. I just, for the first time last night, did I see them. I thought maybe I trailed them to the boathouse. Thankfully, you were there chasing them, but I trailed them to the boathouse, hopefully to find where they were all staying. But obviously, they weren't staying at the boathouse. They had a boat. But they were going to take her somewhere, and people have been going missing here in the lower reef, and children have been going missing from some of the farms outside of town. Fortunately, most of the people who work the farms live here in the lower reef, and they have been reporting to the guards. Sarfu Nil, Commander Nil, he prefers. He said he would help, but I'm sure he just sends his guards enough to go out, find nothing, and report back with condolences. In fact, I know that's what they're doing. I have been trying my best to help them. I would like for you to help me help them.
Alright. That sounds like a serious problem, and I'd really like to help.
Good. I think these people could use it. There has been word of something in the fishing area just offshore. It's been attacking people. Something big. I don't know if it's related, but if these lizard people were coming from the ocean, it seems too much of a coincidence that they would come from the ocean and something is attacking people near shore on the ocean. So, I think that's a good lead. How have you been faring here? The church hasn't come around yet, have they?
The church?
Yes, this is Umberlee's territories. It would be that is the central religion of the Jade Reef.
Haven't seen any other clerics yet.
I think the sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner these people can be a little safer.
Especially if the higher ups aren't doing shit.
No, they're not. I guess I will wait for you. When can you meet? Sometime at the docks.
Pretty much free, right? Maybe tonight sometime?
Tonight's good. Night's better for me. You know.
Yeah, well, we should probably gather the rest of our group together.
Right. Okay. Good. Tonight at the docks.
Right.
All right. Kind of takes a couple steps back, and he steps into the garden a little bit, and he kind of steps forward. And I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wondered what he was gonna do.
He kind of pulls his coat in, and he kind of tucks his head down, and he leaps like 30 feet in the air, and he lands on top of one of the buildings nearby that shields this area, and he disappears. Talos, very specifically, as you go walking outside of this pastry shop, you see that this large tower is lit up, and large beams of light are being pushed out over the bay. You see that this tower is clearly a lighthouse.
Yes. Yeah, I figured. Do I know that this territory is Umberlee's?
It hasn't come around quite yet.
Okay.
But as you circle around this tower a little bit more, you do see that there is a plaque above the door that does depict the two waves crashing together.
Okay. I don't quite know what to do with that yet. So I'm just going to observe.
Okay.
And kind of absorb this information.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Breeze, if you'd like to assist.
I would.
Have advantage.
Wow, okay. 24.
As you go walking a bit around town, around this center area, the murmuring kind of comes around collectively too. With the Midsummer's Festival 2 days away, the weather is showing that it could be bad. Bad weather could be on the Midsummer's Day.
Right.
And the rumor is, old wives' tales would speak that bad weather on Midsummer's Day is a sign that Umberlee is unhappy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people fear that.
Mm-hmm. It just kind of puts a little smile on my face.
Walking back out towards the center area, towards the hotel room, Tribute and Cass, You come walking out, strolling across the mid-fair here. You see Saywin is walking alone, somewhere towards the upper reef. Adela, you're sitting in your bath, and you notice that the water begins to bubble, as if they're reheating, and the steam becomes thick and heavy, so much that you begin to lose sight of people, and it seems like their chatter is getting further and further away. And you feel the water around you where it was fresh and lightly perfumed. Small flowers floated about. You feel it becoming heavier and saltier. And there's this feeling of a great distance around you. Nikos.
Yes.
As you and Listel head out into kind of the center area where you can kind of get lost a little bit in the shade of some trees, what spell did you want to cast?
My Warlock Cantrip Minor Illusion. I am just going to try and create a 5-foot illusion.
As you begin to create the illusion forms.
All right, I immediately look at my hands.
Talos,
Yes.
walking on the quad, looking at this lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Your vision blurs and the lighthouse seems to become more like the lighthouse from your visions.
Oh.
There is a small song that wafts on the air. It seems to come from the darkness. 2 days. 2 days, Talos. Reckoning.
Oh, that's definitely not good.
Talos whispered, that's not good. That's not good at all.
In the heavy mist inside of this pool that you find yourself drifting out of, you hear that deep groaning voice that you've heard so many times from the ocean. 2. Beware.
At that point, I would assume I would just kind of get out and go and
All right,
go
time to
head
leave
back
the
to the
bath.
room. Yeah, okay, it's gotten weird. Time to leave.
Tribute, your sword hums, vibrating almost. It's like someone just flicked the end of it, and it vibrates with this note. As you feel the handle of it, it vibrates to your very heart. In line of Saywin. Nikos, as you look at your hand, your fingernails turn gray. Listel puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "We'll do something. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work."
All right.
That's where it went.
Oh.
I was gonna be kind of mad if Talos and Adela got visions and Tyr didn't tell me shit. Like, fucking thanks, Dad.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you have any questions or want to talk about your favorite part of the campaign so far, you can find us on Twitter at Quips and Crits or at Quips and Crits on Facebook. And make sure you rate and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. But check out our Tumblr or Reddit for character profiles, maps, essays, and just a bunch of other shit from the... Ooh, I swore. And a bunch of other stuff from the cast. Today's music is brought to you by Leon Lischner and friends, and Dennis Murphy's Polka. Links in description.
Long white robe, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.